Every man bears the wounds of rejection, the nights spent replaying her words, the moments questioning why she turned away. But what if I told you this wasn't by chance? That female nature is designed to reveal weakness, that your pain is not unique but expected. Machiavelli guided rulers to master kingdoms. Those same principles govern love. Tonight, I share 9 laws to turn your suffering into strength and command respect from the one who once dismissed you. The harsh reality of desire. Machiavelli wrote, "Men are driven by 2 forces, love or fear." These words aren't just for politics. They pierce the heart of relationships. Men and women pursue different ends. Men are taught to seek love, to offer their hearts, to show devotion. But women test for fear, not terror or harm, but the quiet respect that emerges when they sense you cannot be easily swayed. Women are drawn to the man who remains untamed, whose strength compels her to rise above her own turmoil. This is why men suffer. They believe loving harder, giving more, or adoring without restraint will win her. But the truth stings. The more you give without strength, the quicker her respect fades. Love without edge turns to weakness, and weakness is quietly punished. The man who bends too far, who strives too hard to please, becomes unseen. She might smile, even thank you, but deep down she cannot follow you. True obedience stems not from comfort, but from strength. The first law is weighty yet simple. Never trade strength for ease. You can be kind, gentle when you choose, but that softness must rest on unyielding power. Without strength, kindness becomes submission. Without power, love becomes servitude. She may cherish your tender words or gentle touch, but only your presence, discipline, and control will command her obedience. This is the harsh reality of desire. Until you embrace it, you'll suffer in silence. Pain as the forge. Every heartbreak feels uniquely yours. Sleepless nights, a heavy heart, endless questions. Why me? What went wrong? It feels like a personal curse, a punishment from life itself. But here's the truth. Your pain is not unique. It's universal. Every man who has loved, who has hoped, has faced this fire. Pain isn't a mistake or a flaw in the system. It's nature's oldest trial, a test to see if you'll rise or remain broken. Women may spark the heartbreak, but they aren't the enemy. The true enemy is how you face the wound. Some men crumble, drowning in distractions, alcohol, drugs, fleeting pleasures, endless scrolling. They flee pain, but in fleeing, they become its slave. Machiavelli said, "The wise act at once, the fool delays." The wise man confronts pain head-on. He doesn't hide or pretend. He takes the wound, learns its lesson, and grows stronger. The fool denies it, runs, and pays a heavier price later. Pain ignored is chains. Pain faced is power. Your heartbreak isn't just a scar, it's a weapon waiting to be forged. Think of a sword. Raw metal is heavy but useless. Forged in fire, hammered and sharpened, it becomes unbreakable. Your suffering is that fire. A man who hasn't suffered lacks depth, spine, or weight in his words. But a man who has endured and risen carries a different aura, a silence that cannot be shaken, a strength women feel, a presence men respect. The second law, embrace pain. Don't flee it. Let it carve discipline into you. Let it burn away weakness. Let it forge strength no comfort could build. Pain isn't your end. It's the start of who you were meant to become. The law of absence. Men often forget a simple truth. Closeness breeds indifference. Distance sparks desire. When you're always there, always giving, your presence loses its power. She takes you for granted, not out of cruelty, but because that's human nature. What's always available becomes ordinary. What's scarce becomes precious. Men who cling think they're proving love, believing constant attention secures her. Instead, it smothers her, erasing mystery and killing attraction. A man who never steps back becomes invisible, but a man who masters distance earns respect. When you pull back, not in anger or games, but with calm control, you remind her of your worth. Your absence stirs a fear most women dread, loss, and loss ignites desire. Machiavelli knew this in politics. Power lies not in what a ruler gives, but in what he withholds. Endless generosity breeds weakness. Controlled distance fosters loyalty and respect. The same applies to love. Constant attention loses its taste, but chosen moments, every glance, word, or touch, carry weight when you step back. Distance isn't neglect. Neglect is lazy, weak, uncaring. Distance is disciplined, rooted in strength and self-worth. It shows you're not desperate, not tied to her whims. When you refuse neediness, she follows your lead. The law of tests. Every man faces them, yet few understand. Her sudden mood shifts, sharp questions at odd times, moments when she pulls away to see your reaction. These are tests. Many men take them personally, growing angry, defensive, or desperate. But they're not insults. They're her instinct asking, can I trust this man? Will he stand firm in the storm, or crumble? A woman's tests aren't random. They're the politics of desire. Just as Machiavelli wrote about princes securing favor, a man must continually earn a woman's heart through strength and calm. Her tests ask if you're worthy to lead. Most men fail, begging for reassurance, arguing or pleading with words. But words don't sway instinct. She doesn't recall your promises. She remembers whether you stood tall or folded. Fail her test and you become another weak man. She may stay, but her respect fades and desire follows. Pass her test. Stay calm amid her chaos, grounded when she shakes you, unmoved by her storms, and something shifts. She feels compelled to follow. She may not admit it, may not even understand it, but her nature yields to strength. This isn't cruelty. It's nature's design. Women test because they must know you can weather their emotional storms and the world's pressures. Your role isn't to resent the test, but to pass it. The law: never beg, never fold, never lose your calm. Stand like stone. Let her words strike without reaction. Let her silence pass without fear. When you master this, she follows, not because you demanded it, but because your strength makes her feel safe. The law of hypergamy. A hard truth shapes relationships, one many men resist. Women are drawn to the stronger option. This isn't about greed, it's instinct. For centuries, women sought safety, stability, strength. Not just in wealth or looks, but in presence, resilience, ambition. She's drawn to the man who can face life's storms, who stands firm when others falter, who shows progress, not weakness. For men clinging to ideals, this hurts. They want love to be enough, promises to hold forever. But nature doesn't bend. If you stop growing, leading, striving, your value dims in her eyes. Yet there's freedom in this law. Stop fearing other men and compete with yourself. The man who keeps improving stays rare, and rarity holds value. This isn't about perfection. It's about rejecting stagnation. Sharpen your mind, discipline and purpose daily. Become the man she doesn't want to lose, because leaving you means settling for less. Machiavelli warned that rulers who stop adapting lose power. So too in love. Loyalty follows strength, and strength is built daily. The power of silence. Silence is a man's greatest weapon, yet most never wield it. They think more words, explaining, arguing, make them stronger, but weak men drown in words. Strong men rule through silence. Machiavelli knew this. A promise given was needed then. A word broken is needed now. Words can be twisted or forgotten, but silence endures. It can't be used against you. It forces others to guess, handing you their power. In relationships, silence is your throne. Women may argue, test, or storm with words. Most men react, defending or explaining, losing their calm. But every word weakens them. Silence, though, shifts everything. Staying still, unmoved, shows a strength no argument can match. It says, I don't need to prove myself.